This wasn't a forecast that I had to deliver. You really look at this. I wish this wasn't a forecast that's about to come true. Okay, so this is a devastating storm for parts of Florida, not just on the southwest coast, but also inland associated with some of these impacts. This is going to be a storm we talk about for many years to come. It's a historic event. So the impacts are already underway. Already starting to see some of those squalls getting into Florida. So it's going to take 24 hours or so once it makes landfall to make it to the other side of the state across the peninsula. So it's 24 hours of rainfall, 24 hours of winds pushing the water. That's 24 hours that you'll see some impacts associated with this. Water. We have to talk about the water. 90% of your fatalities in these tropical systems comes from the water. It's a storm surge. It's the rain, not just on the coast, but also inland. So we have to talk about it. Life-threatening, devastating storm surge forecast. Okay, this is the brand new information over the last hour or so. It's an incredibly dangerous situation. Rainfall, not just along the coast, but inland. Think about these values that we're forecasting. Widespread 10 to 15 inches, 15 to 20 inches. Some places going to get 2 feet of rain. It's moving that slow. And that rain has a tough time draining because the storm surge has it blocked. So the water. People really need to listen to the warnings, have multiple ways to get information and warnings, as the water is going to be incredibly dangerous. The wind as well. And we talk about the leading cause of fatalities being water, but when you have a Category 4 storm like this around that eye wall, devastating amount of damage.
For those people who didn't evacuate and are now being asked to stay in place, they need to make sure that they're getting to high ground, right? And that they are putting themselves and their families in a position that is going to keep them safe. For those that are still being asked to evacuate, take them seriously. Evacuate and get out of harm's way. I think the other big concern I have is then once the storm passes and individuals go out into this water, the water is still dangerous, right? It's still going to be moving rapidly. It's still going to have debris in it. It's still going to have down power lines in it. So there's so many different dangers after the storm passes that also contribute to some of the indirect fatalities that we see after a storm.